It's been a minute since I last uploaded, but mad things have happened since then. I graduated high school, started college, and I've just been enjoying my life. I'll elaborate more on that at the end of the video because I'm gonna hop right into business. Good old Nintendo, the gaming company known for Mario, Zelda, Kirby, and whatever the hell this is. I love Nintendo as they've contributed to a good chunk of my childhood. Even now they provide banger games for me to enjoy. Recently, I haven't been feeling the Nintendo love as much, and I started falling off from their systems and games, to indulge myself in other companies' products, of course. I started to wonder maybe it was just me, I guess it could be, but nah, Nintendo's also a contributor to this as well. That's because of their laziness and lack of support. Instead of hiding away and having nothing to do with Nintendo, why not talk about it? That's what I'm here to do today. Okay, to be honest, the spike in laziness that's come from Nintendo over the years is insane. Like, it might be easy for me to say since I'm not the one dealing with the corporate problems or development, but it's still not an excuse considering what we've seen from Nintendo in the past. The most prevalent examples of this laziness come from unpolished or unfinished games. Before I go any further in this discussion, I want y'all to know that quality and originality does not really equal laziness. Sure, laziness can contribute to them, but they don't go hand in hand. The laziness that I'm talking about starts around the Wii U era, but the Switch era is where it becomes more common. The best example of Nintendo publishing unpolished games is The Legend of Zelda and the Pokemon comparison. Shout out to Giram Red's channel for posting a great video about it, I'll link it in the description. Within the same time between Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, believe it or not, but 4 mainline Pokemon games were published, 2 of them actually being well polished and 2 of them not. The most notable is Scarlet and Violet's glitch, slowdown, and horrible physics fest. There was no reason for the higher-ups at the Pokemon Company and Nintendo to rush Game Freak in making this game, except for the money, of course. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was delayed for the same quality of life enhancements that many games are delayed for. I have no idea what the hell they did, but it definitely paid off because that game is a masterpiece. Yo, but Kyle, Tears of the Kingdom has so many glitches. Yeah, I know that, but those glitches are basically optional. There's the difference between me willingly duping 500 plus diamonds and unwillingly falling into the side of a mountain while exploring. I didn't forget about Sword and Shield. The wild area had some unpolished textures, but I want to save those games mostly for the next topic. Yeah, the unfinished games, basically the result of development giving up and saying, yeah, they'll give us their money anyway. Other game companies have done this, but I don't really recall Nintendo doing it that much compared to the Nintendo in my childhood. I'm a big fan of DLC, especially well-made story DLC that adds onto the lore of a series. There's a pretty big reason why the Splatoon 2 Octo expansion is my favorite Nintendo DLC as of now. It's amazing and doesn't cost the same amount as a game. I can't excuse the laziness behind publishing a game that's unfinished and then asking for the players to pay or wait for the rest. In Scarlet and Violet's defense, they seem to be finished content-wise, but as mentioned earlier, Game Freak needed more time to polish the game. Sword and Shield looked pretty damn good in light to Scarlet and Violet, but that's because the game was mad short and it didn't feel worth the $60 that I dropped on it. That game left me craving for more content because I felt like it really wasn't enough. Next thing you know, Nintendo comes in and drops $60 DLC for Sword and Shield, bro. And it didn't even feel worth it. It felt like something that should have been in the base game for their lack of post-game content. Kirby Star Allies, Mario Tennis Aces, and Mario Strikers Battle League did this too. The games at release felt underwhelming, but now there's more content and more characters to keep the audience engaged. Again, this wouldn't have been an issue if they had put the DLC in the base game. You've heard enough of me complaining and making points about the topic, so what can be done about it? 2 things, money and time. Naturally, people are pickier about the products that they spend their money on, which makes sense. I don't support the idea of dropping games that are lacking content compared to their predecessors or peers, but if it does come down to it, don't make them the same price as finished or polished games. What might be a finished, polished, or content-heavy game to me could totally be different for another person. But let's be for real, are Yoshi's Crafted World and Super Mario Odyssey really worth the same amount of money? AAA games always try to keep that $60 price range, which is good because games have been getting cheaper over the years due to inflation. but I don't understand why I'd be paying the same amount for a cared and well thought out game and a holiday cash grab. This applies to remakes and remasters as well, but that's a topic for another video. The higher up should also give more time to the developers. Keep in mind that the time between each release isn't necessarily the entire time for development. Giving these employees more time to really display their best work is what they really need and deserve. As players, we'd also benefit from it. Let me know your thoughts on this topic down in the comments below. If you're still here after me ghosting this channel for so long, I want to let you know that I really appreciate you because you're a real one. I'm going to be putting videos up here more often now, so come check out my Twitch streams if you enjoyed, because I'll be there too. If you have a topic that you want me to talk about or talk with me about, make sure to join the Discord server so we can get to that real quick. I hope you enjoyed this video, leave a like if you did, and I also hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks again for watching and take care.